One of the biggest challenges for a gardener is working with an existing garden, one that's inherited, say, because you don't know what the soil conditions are. So it's important to investigate thoroughly, dig a hole and find out if it's clay or if it's well drained. Today we're going to be planting a climbing rose, and we've chosen a location against the wall of the house, but not too close, a couple of feet out, because under the eaves there's no rainfall and roses do like their share of moisture. So here we go digging a hole, and it looks like there are quite a few stones and pebbles in here, which isn't necessarily a bad thing if there aren't too many, because the soil seems reasonable. We can do the soil test, just squishing a handful. If it falls apart and crumbles, it's on the sandy side. If it sticks together, then it's clay. The solution to both is lots of organic matter. The size of the hole is important. It must be at least 3 times the size of the container the plant comes in, and in the case of a rose, a little deeper too. I'll also loosen up the soil beyond the hole to allow for future root growth. Roses are heavy feeders, and I'll amend the soil with organic matter, in this case with compost. The important thing is to have about 1/3 of the content organic matter. This rose has come in a fibre container, and sometimes the instructions are just to leave the container on, slicing it or cutting the top off. I really don't like that because this material takes a long time to break down. By that time, the rose may well have circled around the inside of the container. And most roses now are grafted onto a hardier rootstock, and you can see the little bulge at the top from which all the stems are appearing. It's best to plant this just below the surface of the soil. It gives it better frost protection in the winter. I'm going to set the rose in the hole now and spread out the roots. This gives them a chance to spread out into the surrounding soil. Then I'm going to backfill the hole with this nice, fresh, organic mix. And we're going to, of course, water to make sure there are no air pockets left in the soil around the roots. So we'll puddle it in as we go. Even though roots do need oxygen, we do try to remove all the air pockets because the roots have to be in contact with the soil. Fertilizer is not required or recommended at time of planting, but after it's established, say a month or 2 from now, then some fertilizer can be added, rose fertilizer, and this can be added 3 times a year. To finish off, I'll add a layer of mulch. In this case, it's just a few old rotted leaves from overwinter. Makes a great mulch. This is a climbing rose, and we want it to climb against the house, so we're going to add a trellis at some point. Roses typically don't like a lot of competition, so we may relocate these existing shrubs. If all goes well, by midsummer we should see some beautiful blooms with a lovely fragrance to greet you as you enter your yard. Any questions? Email me at garden@gto.net. I'm David Hobson for therecord.com.